recording? All right, cool. And we are streaming live with Mr. New Classic. How you doing today, sir? Thank you for taking the time to chill out and work on. And this is yourself and DA called Girl. That's the name of the track, right?
Correct, yeah.
And then this will be for your Great American Classic album, right?
Yep.
Perfect. So for this part, um, and then I mentioned to my buddies they might hop on Twitch, but I'm not even gonna open Twitch at this point. But that's where we're going live to at the moment. So was there
Okay.
anything specific for this that you had any input that you wanted to start on, or do you just want to go through it, or how did you feel?
We can go through and see where we are now. I know that you did something with the last hook where
Yeah,
you split up our verses a little bit and like mixed them over differently. And I wasn't crazy about that, but we can listen through because we might have already fixed that. That was like the first ever render, so
the last one I had for an update on this track, and let's save this session for today. I'll save file live save live set as. We'll do girl, and then we'll set it as today's date, 22 December 2021. Cool. Now we'll collect all and save, and we should be starting with a fresh template. Ooh, look at it saving everything. Okay, cool. Got
look
it.
at it go. Would you just look at that?
It's amazing, right? So the intro sounds on point, right? But we'll do a quick listen through, and then whatever you have, you say just say stop right there, and let me know, and I'll go on mute here, and we'll get into it.
Sounds good.
It's a beautiful day
I
outside.
love the intro, by the way.
Damn,
You're no good.
beautiful. Excuse me, miss. Excuse me, miss. Wait. I just need a moment of your time, please. Please. There's something I really have to tell you. You see, I couldn't help but notice. I saw you passing by, and I wanted you to know this. I'm actually a psychic, and I just had a vision. You and me alone tonight. No, just chatting in my kitchen, bonding over stories. Tell me yours, I'll tell you mine. I'll cook you something special. You can bring your favorite wine. I can tell just by the look of you, your taste is to be trusted. And I'm sorry that I'm rambling. I'm just a little rusty, and I'm really this upfront. But I couldn't bear the thought of not confronting you the moment that you walked into my thoughts. But it doesn't take a medium to see you're something rare. It's in the way you walk and dress and how you do your hair. Of course I notice the ribbon that you chose, a scent of roses, and the ripples and the waves of every wind that blows. And know this, I promise that I'm all about what lies below the surface. What you say, we get together later, baby, don't be nervous, girl. What's your name, where you from, where you going to? What's your sign, who you with, what you wanna do? Show a smile, show me love, show me attitude. Give a moment of your time, and I'll show you what this man can do. Half me, half you, all magic. Half lies, half truth, all passion. A love letter in my mind, romancing. I'm not a man, I'm a new class.
From the day I saw you, didn't know you'd be mine. Kinda in a situation, trying to walk a straight line. Boy, you was fine. Beauty had my eyesight blind, but I knew in due time you would be mine. Shy at first, didn't wanna speak, but you spoke to me, so that opened the gate for me. We had pleasant conversation, laughed a little bit. Time for me to split, we exchanged Facebooks real quick. Went home, then we talked some more. Got to know you a little better, through your mind I explore. Seeing what it was you went through before, so I knew what not to do, your body I could restore. Knew you wasn't a whore, you were much more. You were a perfect score, your body I adore. Let me open the door, to my heart you the guarantor. For sure you my cure, your love's so pure.
What's your name, where you from, where you going to? What's your sign, who you with,
This is what
what
you're
you
talking
wanna
about.
do? Show a smile, show me love, show me attitude. Give a moment of your time, and I'll show you what this man can do. All eyes on you, I'm not guessing. Love your style, that's my type of fashion. When you see the kid, don't walk past it.
I'm not a man, baby, it's the ultimate.
And then the rest, it just has this one little clip. I'm not sure what that guy is, but we'll check it out.
I think it's just the sound of the part coming back in.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. That's what it is. That
I
is
honestly,
where we're at.
I honestly think it's done. I don't think you need to touch it because the one thing that you did before must have been you must have already fixed it a while ago.
So what I had that was different was like you're rocking the first portion. I'll mute the instrumental.
Nervous girl. What's your name, where you from, where you going to? What's your sign, who you with, what you wanna do? Show a smile, show me love.
and then that's
Yeah, I think that's fine.
that's
Yeah, the way you
strictly
had it, it was a while ago when we first started this song, and you had mine and DA's choruses mixed over
together.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you split it up the way it's supposed to be, so I think it sounds perfect. You could probably print that.
Really? We do the
Yeah.
session. It's going to be 5 minutes long.
Well, we can move on to another one if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah. Okay, cool. Well, let's do this and at least get this output captured for you, and I'll send you a new render, and you can get put it under a microscope and get it under scrutiny for all that stuff. But that's freaking awesome to hear. So awesome, cool, man. Let me render this guy. File, export audio, video on a wave 32, and we want to do yeah, so the file architecture that oh, you're not even seeing this portion. It's not even translating. I think it is on
Oh, it's okay.
OBS.
I'm seeing. I can see your window. Yeah.
Okay.
Whether or not I don't think I can see the pop-ups if you're saving and stuff. But
Yeah, that's what I was. I haven't done a lot of streaming, so I'm curious what actually translates. So I have this folder for EDM, hip hop, metal, and other. Those are my categories. So you are
like,
in hip hop, Pangea, new classic, and this is Great American Classic. And that was in progress, so I'll still put it in the in progress folder, and then I'll move everything to completed. But I'll put uh, like final maybe at the title or something, just to make sure
yeah,
that there's nothing that you don't need sewn up after the fact.
yeah. So I have a doc going on my Google Docs. That's the track list.
Nice.
And I've been keeping track of like what I've recorded, what I've sent to you, what is mixed and mastered, and I just put a check mark when it's done. So,
Hell
uh,
yeah. I think I've been doing the same thing, right? But I'll show you what I have. And I'm probably just sharing. Let me see if that goes over there. No, just sharing my program there. But if I change my window, I'll show you what I have. Okay, cool. You should be seeing that.
mhm.
Where the hell is my call now? We go to this one, right? Live video call. What the hell?
how
I
many
lost my.
how many screens you're on?
Oh, no, no. Yeah, dude, I'm on two screens. I popped it out, is what I did. There we go. Cool. So within my Google Drive, I have it kind of the same architecture. So this is everything I have active. Webcasting training sessions. That's work. So let's get into Toke's Green Planet, new classic. There we go. And rough cuts and final. Nothing in rough cuts right now because I didn't have a recent render. But for final stuff, I have been a while. Work in, fly, fake news break, legendary, dead memes, chronophobia, vacation. I don't know if you know, and 9 to 5. So those should be all the completed projects, right?
Yeah, so all we have left, I've recorded two new songs with my buddy Jonah
Uh-huh.
the other day. One is called I Remember,
Okay.
and the other one's called Bound to Be. I have to chop them up before I can send them to you. But the only thing I think you and I have running now that you haven't mastered is the thread.
Do you want to pop open the thread and we'll go for it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Let me do collect all
I,
and save here.
yeah, I don't know if you were gonna start from scratch on it or not. You kind of mentioned that
We
earlier, but
could. Let's see
it's up
what
to you.
let's see what
Because I
we
mean, I think it
have.
was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good before. It just had a couple of weird reverbs that kind of tripped up some things, but
I also have Mr. Nobody as well in there.
I think that's done.
Oh, is it?
I, I
Here,
believe so.
let's pop in
Well,
Mr. Nobody. Oh, no, I don't have any files for it. Anyways, let's go to the thread. That's fine. The last one I picked
oh,
up on this was March 22nd, 2021, or March
okay.
25th, excuse me. No, no, I lied. It's May 12th. Little bit further, but sorry. I had to sort by my date modified. So we'll open up that one. Let me do collect all and save again here. For some reason it's asking me, do I want to save? And I say yes. All right, open. And that's the thread from May 12th. Yes. I don't know why it keeps prompting me to save all the time. Okay, good deal. Ooh, this is a lot of layers and real short. Let's take a peek here.
They say
Yeah,
the
I
truth
like
hurts.
this song a lot. I forgot
The
the thread.
following is a true story.
Yeah,
A
it's really
story
good.
of pain and
So let's do that, and we'll peep the intro, and I'll just expand everything out. A lot of these, there's a lot of tracks in here, so I think it's when they mix and match that kind of get fun. But this should be at least better viewable
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, there's a couple of different I had to do a couple of chorus layers to like really drive home a couple of parts, but for the most part it's all blank there, you know.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think this one sounds like really genuine, and like I don't know. I think I like it when it's like real shit, and this sounded good.
Yeah. So
So
what's going on just with the two top layers? It looks like the beats doubled down. Is that just how you do
that was the
your
reference.
mastering? Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, I usually line up the reference 100% with the original instrumental, because when these get sent over, see how like there's just a little bit of a gap.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're different from the instrumental than the actual reference or whatever. So I just like
Right.
to make sure that they're 100 there. I learned the hard way on a lot of stuff. So let's do this. We'll go through it again, take any notes, and I'll mute myself, and then we'll go back to it. But this is the thread.
They say the truth hurts. The following is a true story. A story of pain and loss and love. But love is the thread that ties it all together.
Yo.
Little Jimmy used to have a little drug problem, but then it turned into a big problem. He would work a 45-hour week just to put it up his nose. Couldn't feed his wife and family or buy his daughter clothes. Couldn't even see her face as she pleaded with him daily. He'd rather drown his sorrows in some Jameson and Baileys after huffing up and shooting up and smoking up his paycheck. Money for the bills? Nah, just another blank check. But Jimmy's money don't spend no more. Not since later when his daughter found him laying on the floor. Jimmy's chain tight, swole around his neck, face blue, eyes red, pulse impossible to check because his arm was tied off with a needle in his vein. The names all changed, but the story stays the same. Another lost soul, killed by weapons man-made. Should have saved the cash and paid to put a bullet in his brain. And I'm not saying that his death is predestined. Jimmy made his own decisions, but he never begged the questions. Will drugs really help to cure my depression? Is this direction where I'm supposed to be headed? So now when mother has to sleep on her own, another daughter has to grow up in another broken home with no father figure by her bedside to kiss her goodnight and tell her, don't cry baby, I can make it alright. Candace, 17 and prone to bad habits, no dad to tell her no, OnlyFans and nude candid, selfie photos, Instagram, shower pics and so on. Daily she would post and share her body with the masses, but she was bad news, good men would turn away. She would lay awake at night, wishing for a new day, a new life, a new job, money for her stomach ache, anything to save her from this fake God. She would pray, but time and time again she was met with heartache. A victim of the father who was dead before her birthday. Now celebrating 14 but graduating 8th grade. Nobody ever wondered why the candy turned out this way. Sure, Candy's live shows would garner many viewers, but they just watch her hope for opportunities to screw her. 1,000 likes or more, but Candace never felt an ounce of love, not enough to fill the void her father left when he was drugged. Soon enough, Candace got a shot at the big times, approached by men with answers to her problems, a lifeline. The casting couch tried out, darling, y'all'll be fine, but Candy wasn't fine, cause she was running out of time. Candace knew her days were numbered from the start, because inside her stomach she could sense it never beating hard. It wasn't hunger causing her to feel this pain inside, it was a new life within her that made her feel alive. His name was Gregory, 19, guilty of a felony. Tried to sell a couple hundred grams from his SUV. Little did he know his bro was playing for the other team. Greg was locked away and the jury threw away the key. 10 years passed, Greg was off on good behavior. He learned to value time in jail, he even found a savior. Promised that he'd change his ways but couldn't change his nature. Back in jail for trying to boost a Civic from his neighbor. Another year in prison and Greg was tired of waiting. Time to set his record straight, he was out of patience, afraid to go to hell cause all he he wanted was salvation. He moved away from home and got a job prescribing patients at a home for battered women. He met Candace on a Saturday, taken right away at how she played guitar and serenaded everyone inside the room. Baby Jimmy in her arms, a sad song penetrated deep and resonated. Greg sat beside her, asked her if she'd play again. A smile came across her face the first time since who knows when. Jimmy looked up at Greg, cracked a smile and he was in. Candy felt a warmth that she had never felt from other men. Finally, after all the heartache and sorrow, both of them could see their sun was rising on tomorrow. A new day would dawn, a new life was born. Love's a thread to mend these broken hearts, the world is torn. Love's a thread to mend these broken hearts, the world is torn. Love's a thread to mend now.
That's good, man. I really dig that one. So the one note that I had is I think the intro itself has a little bit too much reverb. But other than that, I really dig it. But what notes do you have off that?
Yeah, hang on, I'm trying to figure out how to get back to on Discord, how to get back to where I can see all the screens, but it's fine. The only thing that I noticed was that the kind of the turn of the first verse where
Right here.
not hang on, where it says Jimmy No is like a riff in the background.
Okay. Let's see.
Right before I'm not saying that this stuff is predestined, there's a little hook, a little ad lib that says Jimmy No, but it's like kind of dialed back just a little too much, so you can't really hear it. Like I know it's there,
Right.
but the people who don't know it want to hear it.
Sleep on a road,
Right,
broken
that's before
home.
that.
Kiss her goodnight and tell her don't cry, baby, I can make it all right. Candace, prone
So
to
it's,
bed,
It's
back in every like 25 seconds.
Okay.
bullet in his story stays the
Right,
same.
right there.
Story stays the same. Bullet in his brain.
So it's on. It's not that layer, but
Ooh,
it's
it must
that
be
part.
this guy here then. I wonder if that's why.
Jimmy, no.
Yeah, that just has to come up a little bit.
Let's do this. I'm
Yeah.
gonna duplicate that and isolate it.
Okay.
So let's do this, and
Yeah, it's meant to be kind of like low. You know what I mean?
yeah, just like
But
subtle, but
Yeah, I just want them to be able to hear it though. 'Cause
Weapons man-made, should have saved the cash and paid to put a bullet in his brain. And I'm not saying that his death is predicted.
is that a little bit better? We cranked it up a couple
Yeah.
decibels.
I just wonder why the J isn't coming in.
Let me check. I don't think I have any EQ on that, but you know what? I can change that and try to bring in the high end a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a touch.
Let's try this.
Bullet in his brain. And I'm not bullet in his brain. And I'm not saying that his death.
That's way better. Yeah.
Okay. Let's leave it there.
Saved the cash and paid to put a bullet in his brain. And I'm not saying that his.
Okay, cool. Is that not
Yeah.
is that too loud or is that sounding about right?
Well, play it back in context
Yeah,
of like
I'll give it a
couple of
little
bars.
bit lead into it, right?
Spend no more, not since later when his daughter found him laying on the floor. Jimmy's chain tight, swole around his neck, face blue, eyes red, pulse impossible to check because his arm was tied off with a needle in his vein. The names all changed, but the story stays the same. Another lost soul killed by weapons man-made, should have saved the cash and paid to put a bullet in his brain. And I'm not saying that his death is predestined. Jimmy made his own decisions, but he never begged the.
I think it sounds perfect, honestly. I think you nailed that on. That's all that needed to be fixed. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Sorry.
Yeah, I have the hard mute here, so it makes it easier, but also makes me fuck up a little bit more possibilities too. But what
Okay.
I was gonna say is I love doing this so much more because then it's better than like that little spot. I would have to render out a whole new wave for you, send it to you, have time for you to listen to it when we can just fix it on the fly.
Right. Yeah.
Was there anything else that was standing out for this one in particular? Oh yeah,
No, the one.
let me
Go
hit
on.
that intro reverb because I thought that was a little hot.
Oh yeah.
They
at
say
very
the
beginning.
truth hurts. The following is a true story. A story of pain and loss and love. But love is the thread
Actually,
that
like
ties
that
it all
better as a little
together.
tremolo.
I'll turn it down just because like the one thing that's weird is when I mess with reverb for songs, it's so sensitive. So usually when I'm doing vocals, like they're at like 97 and above dry, like the effect is just barely there. So I knocked it down to, it was like at 90, I think 98 before, or a little bit wetter. So I knocked it down a little bit. Let's see what that.
They say the truth hurts. The following is a true story. A story of pain and loss and love.
I
But
think that
love is
sounds
the
good.
thread that ties it all together.
Yeah.
Little Jimmy used to have a little drug problem, but then it turned into a big problem. He would work a 45-hour week just to
I'm
put
getting,
it up his nose.
I'm getting a bit more of a. Did you adjust the whole layer for that?
No,
Or
yeah,
just
but
the
it's
drum?
the only thing on this layer is this intro, and it
Oh,
should
okay.
but be just what?
Kind of feel like I was getting a little bit more tube on some of the ad libs now, but maybe I was just
Let
didn't
me go
notice it
back to
before.
96 just for. Oh yeah, this should be this track. Literally is just the intro and outro piece.
New day with Don.
So
Right.
Love's a friend.
Can you play the beginning of the
yeah,
first verse again?
They say the truth hurts.
totally.
The following is a true story. A story of pain and loss and love. But love is the thread that ties it all together. Little Jimmy used to have a little drug problem, but then it turned into a big problem. He would work a 45-hour week just to put it up his nose.
I
Gonna
must
feed
have
his
been
wife
hearing
and
things. It might have been just because you were processing something. It was like staggered a bit, but no, it sounds fine. You're muted again.
Dude, I had a hot mic moment at work that was pretty horrible. So
Really?
best practice, right?
All right.
There is a little bit of delay because I'm not using ISO, I'm using DirectX, and that's for the sake of stream it, but the quality should still be the same. But
Yeah, no, sounds fine.
awesome. Was there anything else standing out? I know I kind of wanted to just check these little ones that we had that were like onesie twosies. So
the new
Yeah, I think originally when you did the first rendering of it, the final, um, like the final word, like echoed and lingered way too long. But it seems like you fixed that. So
here, let's play it out real quick.
new day with Don. A new life was born. Love's a thread to mend these broken hearts. The world is torn. Love's a thread to mend these broken hearts. The world is torn. Love's a thread to mend now.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I originally had the men them like echoing in the back and faded out, and I was like, not about that, but you finished it up right. So
Yeah, I think it just ends like just enough reverb to where it's like does a soft landing, and like you said, I could totally see where if we had an echo there earlier that would kind of be carrying on a little bit long. Oh yeah,
this was like a bunch of versions ago, so I
yeah.
figured I would tag that one.
So let's save this guy since we at least have some updates to it. And what I'll do for these is I will shoot you a new render, and of course
Mhm.
we'll have you review. And if there's anything else that you can identify that still needs some spelled in December DAC, I don't think that works. So this will be the thread and girl that we send you for rough cuts. So let's save that guy first, and then we'll render out. I'm glad at least this portion was a little bit more audible, right? The
Jimmy, no.
it kind of sounds cool, like you did, like Jimmy, no. It like
Yeah,
from
I
far
did actually
away.
record it that way.
No, it's cool because like in my head it sounds like somebody like no, like from far away. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I wanted it to be like
Like
present, but
cinematic
like
kind of.
not crazy. Yeah,
Because that's what it really feels like to me. This feels like totally like the music video for this would be insane, man. You need some like hella dramatic stuff going on for it to,
yeah.
but that would be
I've
sick.
already been thinking about like casting it. I've got some
Dude,
friends that I think could help.
no, man,
So it'll be
seriously, because
interesting.
that's like a little. This is like a kind of like a mini drama here, dude. That's badass. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So let's collect on save, and then so you and I have, or you have, um, what's the new due date for Great American Classic?
Well, we can't do it before New Year's, obviously. So I
If
have,
we could, if we did this every day, we could. But you have to record
yeah,
raws, right?
yeah, I've got, so I do have two that I can chop together and send
Okay.
you before I leave the studio today.
Okay.
And
Let's do
then
that. Do you want to
I,
chop together those two and then come back for another sesh? And I can do like my basic setup and where I think it should be, but for the details, we could iron them out that way.
yeah, and then I got one, I was trying to get Isara to help me on the hook for it. We'll see how that works out.
Man, I
One of the
hate
other,
relying on other people. Not anything against anybody ever, but it just
yeah,
like when it's not yourself, that project just because everybody else has their own stuff going on, it might take that much longer.
yeah, priorities, everybody's got different ones,
Well, and she's pretty
But
good about it, so I think at least there's some silver lining there. So right.
yeah, I might. There was one track, the one that I performed. I don't think you saw us perform in Colorado, did you?
No, I missed you guys when it was Pangea week that week, right?
Yeah, so the one that I performed with BC, I'm thinking about cutting it from the project and putting it on our mixtape.
Okay, cool.
And then that'll open up a spot. I might write one more
Well,
track.
if you
I'm
do
trying to stay. Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say if you have anything for BC, him and yourself, I have like a wealth of pre-existing songs to kind of draw upon for, like, because when I get into your stuff, right, there's the gate portion, compressor, all these different layers of EQ and stuff. Like, I mean, essentially that's where I'm landing with a given track, especially if it's your mains, right? But at
Mhm.
least for anything that you have future with BC or Toke, I have a ton of, or Neil Young, however however we're going for the future, but I have a ton of pre-existing stuff for that. So if you have a feature that he's on, it won't affect anything, at least from my end, for making that happen, but that's perfect.
Yeah. So the only member that's not featured on this album, like core member, is you. I don't know if you wanted to get on something, but I don't have any songs right now that I could think of.
Well, and that's the thing, I don't want to ham fist anything in, but if you do have something where you're awaiting a verse, I wouldn't be against it, so let me know, man.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
So yeah, so basically I just had to re-record Clarity, which was a remix of an old song.
Hmm.
I gotta figure out the Crush song because a lot of people recorded on it, but it was a long time ago. So I
Yeah.
might cut it or use it as a Pangea gang joint.
Okay.
And then I have like a really long ass song, which is like two parts, but it's pretty relatively simple. And then I had to do the intro, and then we're done. So
What's your
we're
long
pretty
song? Is
close.
it like 8 minutes or something?
Yeah, it's like two. It's 16, 24. It's probably about 48 bars, I'd say.
Hell yeah, dude. That's freaking awesome. So let
So
me collect and save this one, and then I'll bounce out the renders for the thread and girl and send them your way. And like I said, if you have anything that you need to follow up after the fact, and when we get some additional material, we can work that into that session if you like as well.
sure.
Awesome. So let me render this guy, export audio video. And that does not go in the girl folder, that goes in the thread folder. Alright, Great American Classic. Oops. In progress. The thread. And December 22nd. That looks good. Save it. Cool, man. Well, I'm excited. Let me, you got to get at me once you have new stuff going. And like I said, I'll put my base layer on it, but I think that might be a better way of doing it instead of just sending you, like I said, going back with wave fours. Maybe let me do my first take at it, and then we can discuss the details going there.
Yeah, because I don't want to be here like critiquing you as you edit it. I'd rather hear what you come up with, and then we can
Right.
improve it.
Get it to that point where it's past my filter and then work on the deets, right? Because otherwise, I mean, I do that for streaming stuff, but those sessions end up being like, I think like an hour and 30 minutes for the last time we worked on. We got completed like 30 seconds of the intro. But again, that's kind of like electronic where we're like doing all the notation and stuff where it gets tricky. But I'd love hip hop for that purpose, right? Like everything's there and kind of ready to go. So I exported that one. Let me make sure, I'll share a different screen here, and we'll upload yours to the drive, and we'll see where we can land with that one. There is one last thing I want to do. Okay, cool. You're seeing the drive there, and we will put this into our rough cuts folder for approval. And there's the thread. December 22nd, uploading. And then we had Girl. And other than that, it's just how many more tracks in total do you have left for the album that we haven't completed outside of these two?
Um, yeah.
No worries. And then there goes Girl uploading, so we look good there.
So we got been a while. Oh, I guess we have Mr. Nobody.
That's
Oh,
what
how much time you got left?
let me change my window here and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
I thought we did that one, but I might have forgotten it.
I think we may have, or I think there may have been something that we did, but let's take a peek here. So yeah, this is how the architecture I have it set up, kind of just the similar, right? And so it goes Pangea, new classic, finished songs, great, and then um, some people wish they had it all in 5D romance. I have in here. At least it was 5D romance at the time. I think it's Loveland right now. Um, but anything that's kind of going between a couple artists, I try to just copy the folder over. And then I do have that cipher folder or the PE cipher project I was still trying to get with. I think I kind of hit some road bumps, but check this out. I have my guitar is available now, so I can definitely add some unique samples there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Real quick, is there anything else we wanted to work on before? I just don't want to. I want to make sure that we're using the time appropriately, right?
Well, I mean, I guess we could check out Mr. Nobody, but you've pretty much you haven't even you said you don't have a file for it yet, so I don't want to
Yeah,
be here like
yeah. Let's do that. Send me Mr. Nobody, and then the remaining ones that you have recorded or are about to record, right? And then I'll do the same thing where I'll hit my bass layer and we'll uh, do a spin up another session where we can go over those. And it's how many in total that you have left? Three, four?
I gotta check here. So final tracks, we've got 10 in here. So 9 to 5. That's working, right? No, 9 to 5.
9 to 5s. It's yeah. We got
Bro-
9 to 5. That should
broken
be completed,
Dreaming.
right?
Yeah. Vacation, Chronophobia, Dead Memes, Legendary, Fake News Break, Fly, Working.
I like working.
Me too. Been a while. That's the outro, and then you just add the thread and girl.
Awesome.
So all I really need to do, I'm cutting, bringing it back, probably. Gotta talk to BC first. So I gotta do the intro, export I remember, and export bound to be to you.
What's this IDK? That looks awesome.
I don't know. I think you're
I,
on that one.
I just had to do a shameless plug, right? But
Yeah, right.
no,
It's really good. It's out now on Spotify and all streaming platforms, including Napster. It is not part of the Great American album, but it's definitely worth checking out.
was
It's
that
got
just
a
a
good,
single you did?
yeah.
That was,
Well, I didn't do it. We did it. It's
well, you
entirely
know what I mean.
different.
And then some people wish they had it all. Might be something in the future we worked on, but we'll see what
Yeah,
becomes.
that'll
Yeah.
that'll be a single too, probably, or it'll be on Mount Olympus if that ever materializes.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
man.
honestly, we only really have to do 2 or 3 more songs. Yeah,
So
because the ones I did with Jonah are recorded. I just have to chop them up and send them to you. So,
okay, awesome.
and do you? Let me open up my Dropbox. Do you have any?
The only after girl, let's see here. So
Do you have Mr. Nobody at all
no, I
in
don't
there?
have any raws for Mr. Nobody. I knew it was gonna be something we worked on eventually, so I think I just created the folder. Uh,
Okay.
but I think that was about it. So Mr.
Let
Let me make
me.
sure of that 100%. Great American Classic in progress. Mr. Nobody. Oh, no, no, no. Mr. Nobody I have files for. So I have
Okay.
dubs, instrumental, ref, and samples and verse. So I'll
Yep.
include that as part of our next session to work on.
Yeah, and you can just, do your thing with it, and then we'll hone it in. But it's a relatively simple song. It's not too complicated. So
I want to show you this because this stream is going to go here. So I've been trying to put all the sessions with folks, right? Like even though this is the Loveland preview one, but this is the one like I mentioned that was like yeah, 136 minutes or a minute, yeah. And then we got like 30 seconds, but that 30 seconds is fucking amazing, man.
but very, I'll have to check it out later.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty cool. And then, like I said, this one will be kind of a condensed one, but nonetheless, we'll get some good stuff and happy that got there. So, what I'll do is, like I said, review those, let me know if there's any additional feedback, and then I'll put together Mr. Nobody, and then do the same for any other net new items we have, and then we'll go for it. And I'll do a time that's less time constrained because technically I'm on the clock right now and I'm getting paid for this as though I'm some kind of music professional.
Oh, one day, man, one day.
Well, it's my
That's all
lunch
good.
break, right?
Yeah, usually Wednesdays I can try to get in here pretty good, so we can work on. Whoa.
Oh, I just stopped
Okay.
sharing the screen. We still should be
Gotcha.
chatting though, right?
Yeah, we are. But yeah, so we can work on it, but I'll export all those things to you and send them to you via Dropbox, and then whenever you have time, you can start hacking away at them.
Perfect. And then one last thing I need from you. Um, if you could like look at your camera and do like one of these for like the still image for YouTube. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The world's largest water bottle.
Hell yeah, dude. I've got like these I'm trying to do the seltzer water thing. So, same shameless plug again. I enjoy seltzer water while doing production. Oh, yeah, drumsticks. That's fucking awesome. Well, let's do this again. And it'd be like nice to do it a little bit when it's less time constraints, but man, super good. We have two songs output today for review. So, I'm going to take
I
that as a
know.
victory, man.
Yeah, it's
Freaking
pretty funny
awesome.
that we were almost there. We just had to take the time to get on it.
Well, and
So
that's what I'm saying. Just like a few little things that would have been like a couple days or weeks of getting back into the file, fixing the one part, sending it over you. You find the time to listen to it and then get your feedback. And then again, I go back to try to find a time when I'm free to produce. But dude, I'm telling you, man, this is like the next level wave of the way I want to do shit. Promoting and producing simultaneously. But yeah.
I think it's definitely a good idea, even if you're not streaming it, at least for your sanity and your use of time.
Yeah, and I want to get BC involved too to kind of do the same. I think he's kind of hesitant to share video, but I'm like, dude, share audio, be disembodied voice of God or whatever, and we'll
All
go
right.
from there. Cool, man.
Sounds good.
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And hit me up on Polo or wherever and let me know where we're at with the next items, and we'll go from there, dude.
All right, sounds good, man. Enjoy the
Awesome.
rest of your day.
You too. Take care, brother. See ya.
All right, see ya.